There's a saying. It goes something like this. For high school students, there are three factors that make up their lives: social interaction, academics, and sleep. Out of those three, they're only able to keep two. And which one do they usually kick out? Yep, you guessed it. Sleep. Yet at the same time, there are many other factors that affect the amount of sleep these students are getting. It's not just social interaction, or grades, or even schoolwork. But are these factors really worth it? And do they actually affect these students? That's what we want to know. And that's what we set out to find. Prakamya Agarwal, a freshman who despite school, dance, Kumon, and French, is able to sleep at 9. Joseph Hasiel, a freshman, because of 3 different instruments, Boy Scouts, and speech and debate, Joseph only gets little sleep. Still, he is able to interact like any other student. And lastly, Vivek Raghuran, a senior who may be vice president of DECA, but is still able to keep a steady sleep schedule. We found 3 typical Monta Vista students, each of whom represents a completely different way of life. One who sleeps early, one who sleeps normally, and one who sleeps late. 3 perfect examples of a high school life. So, how are their lives different from each other? In what ways do their individual schedules help them cope with their lifestyles?
Much to my mom's dismay, she likes me to eat something and then start my homework. But I like to start my homework right away just so I can finish it up.
School, wake up, school, then come home, eat something, just do something unrelated to work for about an hour or so.
Sometimes if I'm really tired that day, I might take a nap right when I come home from school, and I usually sleep for about an hour, but sometimes I wake up after my nap and I find out it's already 11 o'clock.
I would make a schedule for myself, figure out what I need to finish first, prioritize things, estimate the amount of time each thing should take, and make sure I'm on track for that. If I go faster, then I can use the extra time to do leisure activities. If I go slower, then just pick up the pace.
I definitely have that thing that I have to finish my homework as soon as possible so that I can finish everything else before dinner. I feel like after you finish your homework, it should come naturally when you do your homework, and after you finish your homework, it's like, okay, I did everything that is standard that needs to be done. Now I should move on to other things.
When I start my homework really late, I also procrastinate by using Facebook and using my phone, so it makes me start my homework even later than that.
I don't really social network. I don't have Facebook, or I don't go on Twitter or stuff like that, so I guess I don't have that many distractions. I don't use my laptop unless I need to, and I don't really take breaks during homework.
So even though I sleep really late, I feel like I can still handle school and everything else really well. Like, I don't think I'm much different than someone that might get a lot of sleep.
You need to get the right amount of sleep, otherwise your brain doesn't function. And not only that, but just like, you know, keeping a nutritious diet and stuff like that. But definitely sleep.
So you want to do all those other things. You don't want to waste the day by just sitting in bed.
However, before we even find out if these factors are worth it, we need to know what they are. So, what exactly are these factors that affect the amount of sleep that these students are getting?
So I do a lot of stuff after school that makes me start my homework really late. Like, I have piano and violin classes, as well as after school activities such as speech and debate, and I also do Boy Scouts, which also takes up a lot of my time.
Every day is different. Like I said before, Mondays I have Kumon and dance. Tuesdays I have a French class. Wednesdays are pretty free. Thursdays again Kumon, and Fridays are pretty free. Also, I do DECA and I do Octagon.
Mainly the most time-consuming thing that I do is DECA. So people send their plans in, I edit those, I have to make sure that stuff is getting ready for the study sessions, resources are ready, presentations are done.
So to help me stay up late, I usually turn on all the lights in the house so that I can stay alert, and I sometimes take a shower when it's like 2 a.m.
so that I could be refreshed again. And I might even drink like caffeine.
I thought everyone sleep 9:30, like 10 max, but everyone seems to sleep a lot later than that. And it just boggles my mind. Like, I don't know what they're doing until that late at night.
I don't really have time to start my homework until really late, like 9 o'clock.
3 students, 3 lives, 3 completely different amounts of sleep and habits. So it turns out these factors are worth it, since sleep doesn't seem to be an issue. Each of them copes with their lives their own way and end up being the same.